All right, let's talk about AI. We've all been playing around with it, asking it questions, maybe getting it to write an email or two. But today, we're going to go way beyond that. We're going to talk about how to truly master these tools, turning simple prompts into powerful automated systems. Let's get into it.
So let me just ask you straight up. Are you really using AI to its full potential? It's a question I think a lot of us have. It's easy to use it for the simple stuff, but there is a whole other universe of capability just sitting there, waiting for us to figure out how to unlock it.
I absolutely love this quote from AI educator Tina Hong because it just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. The AI model, that's your incredible, super sharp sword. But the prompt, well, that's your skill. That's knowing how to actually swing the sword. If you don't have that skill, the best sword in the world is basically useless.
So, how do we get good at swinging that sword? Well, it all starts by moving beyond the simple one-line prompt.
Okay, let's get the official definition on the table. Coursera calls prompt engineering the practice of designing and refining prompts. The keyword there is designing. We're not just asking questions anymore. We are architects of conversation, carefully constructing our prompts to get exactly the result we want.
So, you ready for your first big upgrade? The secret, and this is a big one, is structure. Let's look at a couple of frameworks that will immediately, and I mean immediately, improve your prompts.
And what's so great about these is how easy they are to remember, thanks again to Tina Wong. She came up with these fantastic mnemonics. The first one, TCR-EI, she remembers with tiny crabs write enormous iguanas. That's task, context, references, evaluate, and iterate. The second one is RSTI, or Ramen Saves Tragic Idiots. Role, steps, tone, and iterate. It sounds a little silly, but trust me, giving the AI a blueprint like this instead of a vague request is a total game changer.
And this isn't just some clever hack. These frameworks are actually grounded in some pretty deep academic research on prompting. We all start with zero-shot prompting. That's just giving a direct command. Then maybe we move to few-shot, where we give it an example or two. But the real power, the real advanced stuff, comes from techniques like chain of thought, where you actually ask the AI to show its work. Just asking it to reason step by step often gets you a much better answer. Or a decomposition, where you teach the AI how to break a huge problem into smaller, bite-sized pieces. There's a real science to this. Okay, so you've mastered the art of the perfect single prompt. What's the next frontier? Well, what if you could give the AI a goal, and it could execute a whole series of actions all on its own to achieve it? This, my friends, is the next level: AI agents.
So what exactly is an AI agent? Tech expert Simon Willison has this perfect, simple definition. He calls it an LLM system that can perform useful work by running tools in a loop over multiple steps to achieve a goal. The two words to really latch onto there are tools and loop. The agent isn't just answering a question, it's actively working. It's using tools over and over to get a job done.
And this is basically how that loop works. It's fascinating. First, the agent makes a plan, breaking down the big goal. Then it executes one of those steps. Maybe it writes some code or does a web search. After it does something, it has to stop and reason. Did that work? What did I learn? And finally, it updates its original plan based on that new information and starts the whole loop over again. It's literally autonomous problem solving in action.
So where is this having the biggest impact right now? One area, without a doubt, is software development. We're seeing the emergence of these incredible coding agents that can take a complex programming task and just run with it. This is a really big deal. We have these things called asynchronous coding agents. A developer can literally describe a task, fix this bug, build this feature, and the agent goes to work in the background. When it thinks it's done, it submits a pull request, which is just a proposal with the new code. You're effectively delegating complex work to an AI and just checking in on the results. But, and you knew there was a but coming, with all this power comes a new kind of risk. See, normally these agents ask for your permission at every step, but you can turn that off. You can run it in what the community calls YOLO mode. You only live once. And when you do that, the agent is lightning fast. But, as Simon Willison says, it's like you've taken the safety wheels completely off. Running in YOLO mode puts you in a really dangerous psychological trap, a concept from sociology called the normalization of deviance. It's what happens when you take a risk and nothing bad happens, so you take it again and again. And pretty soon your brain starts to believe it isn't risky at all.
This is the exact same phenomenon that led to the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. A known flaw was ignored because it hadn't caused a catastrophe until it did. It is a sobering, powerful warning for anyone working with these advanced AI agents.
So you've got the techniques and you understand the risks. The next logical question is, which AI models should you actually be using for this kind of work? It's all about picking the right tool for the job.
Here's a quick look at the current heavy hitters. Now, if you're dealing with a task that requires really complex logic or math, you might lean towards a model like OpenAI's latest GPT. It's got this amazing adaptive thinking mode for really tough problems. But on the other hand, if you're building one of those agentic workflows we've been talking about, like managing an entire code base, then Anthropic's Claude Office series is built from the ground up for that kind of sustained multi-step reasoning.
And as you might expect, this level of professional power comes with a professional price tag. We're seeing a new standard emerge for the top-tier plans from companies like OpenAI and Anthropic, right around that $200 a month mark. And that price tells you something really important. These are no longer just consumer toys. They are serious, industrial-strength tools for professionals.
And all of this brings us to one final crucial question that you have to ask yourself. As you start to automate more and more complex work with these incredible AIs, how are you going to walk that tightrope? How will you balance the incredible speed and power of YOLO mode with the very real challenger-level risk of something going horribly wrong? That's the central challenge we all have to figure out as we head into this new era of AI.